Okay, I guess we are live. Yeah, we are actually live. Let me see. Hey, joined. Feyi, you're welcome. Ms. Richie, you're welcome. Let me see. Add as moderator. Confirm. Request Feyi. Ooh. Ooh. Let's see. How do we take this back? Done. Let's go back to live. Start. Okay, I hope you all can join one more time. Request to join. Push. I don't have any request yet. Invites. Okay, Feyi. Oh, thank God. You're finally here. You're welcome. Mr. Richard,
yes,
can you hear me? All right, that's fine. You're welcome. Sorry for the little, maybe I should call it glitch, because I had to go out and come back again. Well, okay, I think Mr. Richie is actually here. We hope that others will actually join us as well. Okay. We are all welcome. Mr. Richie, thank you. Thank you for making it here. Thank you very much. I just hope that I'm not pronouncing your name so bad. I'm so sorry. But you're welcome. So, today is all about Mom's Founder Conversation. And I would say thank you. Thank you for taking out your time to be here. This is actually the first episode, and we believe that we will get stronger and better as time passes. Yes, I believe so. All right, Feyi, before we start our conversation, before we jump into it, I just feel like I should tell a little backstory of why, what inspired this conversation. I remember when I started building my business, my copywriting business to be precise. When I started building my business, I was also taking care of 2 babies as a then. Like 2 little babies. Now they are toddlers, but then, they were babies then. The first, one of them is actually a few months old, and the second is barely 1 year old. So it was just me, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything here. It was hard. It was hard having to manage both, taking care of my children and also managing the business. And I had to split my time into 2. Like, during the daytime, I take care of the children. And at night, like, doggedly trying to make the business happen. And for me, it was like I was everything in one. I was the graphics designer, I was the content creator, I was the lead generation person, I was everything. So for me, I had to work like 24 hours round the clock. This is no joke. In fact, like, I don't sleep. Actually, I don't sleep. And I know that most time when I wake up at night to do all of this, in fact, there are days that I will just wake up and I will open my laptop, and the next thing I will do is to burst into tears. Really. Why? Because it just feel like everything I was trying wasn't just working. So I started doubting myself, and I started thinking about it like, oh, maybe I'm not just caught for all of this. Maybe I should just stop it. Maybe I should not continue, because it's not easy having to manage all of this together. The doubt was just so much. In fact, and when you are trying everything and it's not working, like you're trying to get clients, there's no client, rejection upon rejection, you know, everything just set in at that moment. And what was, I mean, the worst thing at that moment was the fact that I felt lonely. Hey, like I was so lonely in the sense that there was no one I could actually talk to about what I was going through. At that time, I had my husband, to be sincere, but my husband was also building his own thing. So most time, and what we are building is actually different. So most time when we get to talk about things, you know, like cooking makes sense. Oh man, doesn't pay. I have to put this, like, it just feel like his answers are just like surface level. They are not things that actually, I mean, those were not the answers I was looking for, actually. And I felt so lonely building all of this thing. And I know that there are so many moms out there going through the same thing. Yeah. And they don't really have someone to talk to. They don't have someone they can actually say that, oh, this is what I'm going through. Someone that can give them real solution, you know, something that can actually work for them. And I was just like, you know, there are many conversations around building your business. There are many conversations around motherhood, but we hardly hear conversations around this thing that we're going through, this I mean, this quiet season that we mothers are going through. That season when we started doubting ourselves. That season when we started thinking like, oh, everything I'm doing is not just working. How do I go about it right now? In fact, at a point, I started thinking maybe I should just go back to my 9 to 5 because at least something was coming in anyways. And and this stress, I mean, it's getting more than me. But then here we are today. We have a reason to thank God. And I know that we might not have we might not have all the answers that you all are looking for here. But I believe that by the time we hear other moms say their story, you know, it gives us this belief, this confidence that it is possible. It is possible for you to go through this thing and it still works. It is possible, and you know for real, like honestly, that you're not the only one. You're not the only one going through this struggle. And I believe that at the end, by the time you are done with this, you can go on with something, something very relevant that you will say that, yes, I was able to learn something. And I know that by the time I start putting this and that in place, everything will work out just like I hope for. And that's my belief. So before we finally jump into our conversation for today, I want to say thank you very much for everyone. I can see Victoria, thank you for showing up. I can see Ms. Richie. We still hope that more people will join, because at least I sent in 1 or 2 things. We still hope. And for those that are not here and you're going to, you're watching the replay, thank you and welcome. So this is the first this is the first episode again. I know that it will get better. So let me quickly do a brief introduction of who our wonderful and beautiful guest is today. All right, her name is Feyi Adamuwumi. She is a productivity coach for moms. She's passionate about helping mom navigate seasons of transition and build systems that make life and business more manageable. Through her work, she has encouraged many moms to move from simply surviving to living with more intention. So I want to say thank you once again for being here with us, for accepting to join us on this conversation. And I know that, hey, like, we can't even wait to hear what you have for us. Yes, we can't wait. All right, so my first question, yeah, you're welcome. My first question for today. Now, before people know you as this productivity coach, system coach, we want to believe that you were once Feyi. You were once that Feyi. Do you understand? So who was Feyi, and what was motherhood like while you were trying to build something meaningful for yourself?
Okay, so who was Feyi or who is Feyi? I don't know. I'll start from the past and then move to the present.
All right.
So Feyi was a pharmacist. I was a fully practicing pharmacist in Nigeria before I became a mom or became a coach. And so what happened? So I needed extra income when I married, and so I decided to teach. So I teach IELTS. I run an IELTS self-help coaching business. And so during our time So yeah, from that, I moved to motherhood. But okay, so my journey of motherhood started from I had like 2 miscarriages, and then unfortunately I had to be placed on bed rest
Wow.
for the period of my pregnancy before I gave birth. And I think that in itself kind of shattered my dreams because I've always worked all my life.
Wow.
Even in school, Feyi is always up to something. Feyi is always up to something. So
Yeah.
being placed on, bed rest was quite shocking for me. Sorry, my son is not feeling fine.
Yeah,
So
sorry
you
about
might hear him
that.
being cranky.
That's motherhood for
So being
you.
placed on yeah, so being placed on bed rest was like kind of shattering for me. What kept me at that point in time was my coaching business, right? My English coaching business. And then after giving birth, 5 months later, I had to move to a new country, which is Rwanda. And so at that point in time, it felt like my identity was being stripped from me because I'm going from what I don't, from what I have always known, which is pharmacy and all of that. I've never seen myself like doing, like being business only. I've always thought of, oh, okay, anything I'm doing can be on the side, but I'll still do pharmacy and all of that. So it felt like my identity was being stripped from me. And so from there, we moved to the phase of, okay, me looking at my chances of practicing here in Rwanda. And I noticed that, oh, okay, you won't get to practice immediately. So just scrap the idea. Just move to something else, right? And so that's when I started. I was like, okay, let me be serious with my IELTS coaching business. Put all my efforts into it and all of that. And so yeah, I put all my efforts into it. And my friends will always ask me, like, how do you manage? You're in a new country. You don't really have support system as such. Well, how are you managing your time? How are you doing things with your baby and all of that? And so out of that question, I decided that, okay, you know what? I think I figured this thing out. So why don't I teach people in terms of, yes, you're a mom. Motherhood throws you into another world, to be honest. There's nothing like it, right? But how do you still find time to do things that you are passionate about? Your business, your career, whatever you want to do. How do you find time for it? So that's what productivity coach is all about, helping moms to find their self again, find time to do things that makes their heart beat. So yes, that's my journey. In a nutshell.
It is actually a journey. Like how were you able to manage? Now you actually spoke about relocating. Yeah, you spoke about that. So how were you able to manage at that period? Because I guess, I don't know, maybe it was after you relocated, you gave birth to your child. Am I correct?
No. I gave birth. Yeah, then I moved countries postpartum.
So as at then, when you were trying to navigate the whole coaching thing, you were not sure about what you wanted to do and all of that. How were you able to, the transition and all of that, how were you able to navigate those seasons?
I think that's a very tough question.
Okay.
To be honest, like standing where I am now, I really wouldn't be sure as to like what made me pursue more. But I will start with this. I've always known that I don't just want to be a mother. Like for some people, that's their choice, right?
Yeah.
But for me, I've always had the dream of, even if I'm a mom, I want to have something that I can call my own. I want to have a career. I want to have a business that is Feyi and it's outside family and all of that, solely me. And so I think that was the drive. I knew that there was no other option. Like just staying at home is not an option for me. So that was the number one drive. Luckily for me, I think my husband sees me as more of an entrepreneur than I see myself. And so there was that support at home in terms of, you can do this thing. So days even when it was tough, like, how am I going to do it, take care of the baby, and at the same time try to do my business. I saw your there was a post you posted where you were carrying your baby and then you were working. I could resonate very well with it. Sometimes I'm breastfeeding. In those days, I'm breastfeeding and at the same time I'm teaching. In fact, those days I'll tell my parents that on the call with me, I'll say, I'm very, very sorry, I can't put on my video just because I'm breastfeeding as as I'm teaching them and all of that. So yeah, I think when you have a strong wife, it makes you very resilient about your goals and dreams. There's many things that will discourage you, right? But when you have that, okay, this thing is what I want, right? And it's strong, you have reasons why. Because also, there's also the financial aspect. Let's not lie. I moved to a new country. I'm not living in Nigeria where things are sort of affordable, right?
Yeah.
I'm moving to a place where it's like mini, it's in Africa, but it's like mini abroad. So who's going to pay the bills?
Nobody's going to pay the bills.
So how do you want to afford, exactly, how do you want to afford certain things? Because that's also some reasons, like, that's also one of the reasons why people want to, open their own business and all of that to pay the bills. So when you think of those two things, you want to get to work. I think it's enough ginger for you to want to get to work, honestly.
All right. So the only thing I know for sure was that, while you were trying to do all of these things, navigate, taking care of your children and building something for yourself, tangible, there must be a time where everything was quiet. Because for me, I just feel like those quiet seasons are those days where you're trying everything. Like you're trying really hard, but it's not working. Like me, I tried hard. Like I tried hard though. Like, oh my God, I have a whole lot of story to tell, but the story is not about me today. But I really tried hard, having to navigate that period, that quiet season where nothing is happening. Like nothing is happening. You're trying everything. Like I would have, in fact, most time I don't even sleep. Most time, if I sleep, it's gonna be like maybe just 1 hour or 30 minutes. I'm up again trying to do something, because I know that even that night time, I still share it with my children. I still have to take care of them even at night and still do what I have to do. Do you understand? And by the time you have tried everything, and I just open my laptop, let me just see message from this client that I tried reaching today, and it's another rejection. Oh my God. And the next time I'll just be there. I'll be like, I know my God will not fail me. I know He will not fail me. And I'll be dripping in tears. But I'll say, I know my God will not fail me. So I want us to tell us, I know there was that time for you. How? How were you able to navigate that time? What did you do?
You know that the funniest thing, as we are talking, it still happens.
Yeah.
Like quiet seasons in between, to be honest. There are sometimes you won't get clients. That's just the way life is.
Yeah.
I think so. Where like you're just there, you're just building, and you're questioning yourself. You're second guessing.
Yeah.
Am I sure I'm really doing this thing right? Am I sure this thing is for me? Am I sure? You're asking a lot of questions. I had those seasons, to be honest. But I think what helped me was, so because I was always in a quest to know what I'm doing and know more. Like, even if I'm not doing it right, I want to know. I want to know what exactly I'm not doing right and what exactly I can do, what I can do well. So I think for me, it was always asking questions. So, for example, in those quiet seasons, I'll give an example. Like when I moved to Rwanda, nobody knew me. My clientele was more or less people that knew me from Nigeria and I was coaching. And it was such that, so few weeks before I gave birth, I had to put things on the hold because I was like, I'm not sure if I'll be able to like teach and at the same time do that. So imagine having to hold off people and then you move to a new country. And all that you're hearing is just cricket noise. What's going on? What's going on here? So for me, during those quiet seasons, I will encourage you to still build. So I remember that during those quiet seasons were times where in fact, what I sell as my course today was done during quiet season. I remember that I would wake up in the middle of the night because I know that that's when my son will be sleeping, and that's when I'll record. Like I'll just set up the camera and then just start recording. And I tell people that, oh, this recording that you're seeing, like most students that go through the course, I tell them, do you know, I did it like when my son was about, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm
when
still
my son
here.
was about, okay, when my son was about 8 months or so, and was still, I made sure that I did it after it was off full breastfeeding. It was quiet for me. I didn't have so much clientele, so I was like, okay, instead of that, so you see me like reading, learning more about, okay, how do you do lead generation? How do you put a course together? That was, I mean, those quiet seasons were what made me know all those things. So I would say if you're in a quiet season of your business where things don't seem to make sense, still put in the work. Still put in the work. Whether it is that you want to learn something new. So for me, I think it was around that time when I had my quiet season that I signed up to Show of Circle where we met, right? That was when I decided that, okay, I need to learn more about personal branding. I need to learn how to put myself out there and all of that. So just keep learning, so just ask yourself, okay, in this season where I'm not getting clients, what can I invest in that would eventually rub off for my business or that will eventually rub off for my career?
Right, that's beautiful. So during that quiet season, we need to keep learning. We need to keep growing. That's beautiful. That was one thing for me because during those quiet season, I was learning a lot. In fact, I've learned a lot of things all my life. Like, you need to know how many things I can do. Actually, I'm announcing myself as, oh, I can do landing pages, I can do sales copies. Oh my God, I can do so much more. I can do so much more.
But that's the good thing. I think that's the good thing about business, right?
Yes.
It makes you learn things that
very versatile.
Yes. Somehow wouldn't have pushed you out to learn those things.
Yeah. So I actually built during my quiet season, and I get to know a lot of things, and it's helped me. At least now I have 1 or 2 persons that's helping with the business. But then, I was everything, so I had no choice. I had to learn everything just to keep up with the business. So another question I have for you. So I know people know you as this, mom helping other moms build system and all of those, but I know that I don't think system actually started first, so I want you to tell us, at what point did you realize I cannot keep surviving like this anymore, and started putting system in place?
I think from the get-go.
From the get-go?
So I would say, okay, let me explain why. I was coming from Nigeria. And Nigeria, I had a lot of support system. When you say support system, I had my mom, I had my dad, everybody was hands-on with me. And we had help that would come to the house, wash, clean. Did I even cook? Maybe a few times. To be honest. And then you're now moving to a place where that wash will wash. That clean will be clean.
You go clean. Yes.
You still have your baby taking care of, you still have your baby to take care of.
Yes.
And you have this thing as well. And so what happened to me at the frustrating moment is when I moved, I wasn't getting things done. And that was frustrating to me. I explained at the earlier part of this, at this life, that I was someone that working is my, how do I call it? Then it used to be my identity, something that I like. If you ask any of my friends, they'll tell you, is it Feyi? They're always busy. You cannot catch her. So not getting things done was actually very frustrating for me. So all those usual systems, or they'll tell you to do this. These are things I used to do when I was not a mom and I was getting things done. you mandate to do this and but yeah, mom, when you expect the child to sleep, all of a sudden the child will just decide having a time.
Yeah, I can relate.
Or when the child is quiet, you are confused as to
What
should I
exactly is
first wash
wrong?
plates? Should I wash clothes? Or should I, all those things now. You're just wondering. And it kept on happening. I was feeling frustrated. I remember that at that time I was in house back. I'm not feeling fulfilled. Till now, it still makes stress of me. Not fulfilled, mama. I hope you're feeling fulfilled now. And like, I'll just say this thing like, I'm not feeling fulfilled. I'm not getting things done. That was how much I gave to doing this thing. And I knew that, okay, I can't continue like this. In terms of, okay, I think for me, the exact moment was when my son was 6 months. Now, full breastfeeding was over and all of that. And I'm like, okay, I'm supposed to be able to still get things done. And I actually tried a lot of things. I tried the sleep when your child is sleeping. That advice is a bad advice.
Very bad.
When your son is sleeping.
Yeah.
I tried so many things, and so that's when I decided that, okay, for people in the time past, there was a way that we got things. Yeah, I realized that, okay, in our mother's era, they had a lot of help. There was that communal living at that point in time. So you can even say, let me drop this child with neighbors. We used to go into neighbors or just even playing in the compound. Not in this current day and age where some neighbors gone, they'll be living beside each other, they've not said hi to each other. They don't even know what they look like.
They don't.
Do you get? And so it's kind of different in our own generation.
Yes.
It's more or less like you have to survive by yourself. And if you have to survive by yourself, you have to figure out baby. And so at that point in time, that was when I was like, okay, I need to learn about productivity for mothers. Not like the normal deep work and you are telling me to do. I can't do deep work. My child is interrupting me every time. I can't do deep work. So how do I now create systems in place that fits me as a mom? And so that's where the journey started. And I implemented these things myself. And then I'll teach some of my friends. I'm like, oh, this is how you do it. And they always give me feedback like, oh, this helps, right? So I'll just give like steps, if you don't mind, as to what I first started. The first thing I started doing was, first, I started tracking my days. Like, if you are someone that is first of all, track what is for like 3 to 5 days. Track what is going on. What do I do during my time? During the course of the day. And you discover, for some people, they discover that, oh, I have a lot of time, but I'm not using it well. For some people, they discover that, oh, I'm doing too much. It just gives you a perfect picture of what exactly is going on. I noticed that because I was in an overwhelmed state, I was constantly looking for entertainment to offload my whatever pent up anger, whatever pent up emotions that I have. So you see me scrolling a lot, you see me watching movies a lot. Do you understand? And I knew that, okay, that was beating into my time. So after that, I was not able to recognize, okay, of the day, can I actually work? Even if it's just short, but I can work consistently. And so when I was able to recognize that time, I protected that time like my life is.
Depends on it.
During those hours, doing anything else. Even if the plates are plenty, the clothes are eat and all of that, I will not do it during that time because I know that I can back my baby and wash clothes. I can back my baby and wash clothes. But backing my baby while I'm doing that brain taxing will not be possible. Because already baby at my back is already load. It's already load, right? So recognizing that hour and protecting it like your life depends on it. Right? Not doing anything else. I think that as mom, we underestimate how much discipline we need to actually find time to do other things. Most of us live our lives in a responsive, let's say a reactive way. In a reactive way where you just deal with the days as it goes. This child went to school. Okay, now, me, I'm at home. Oh, okay, what can I do today? You don't have a plan. You don't have any system in place. And so anything comes into your day, and like, I cannot do anything. This thing is just hard. I cannot do it. So you have to move that mindset. Of course, you will understand that as a mom, you won't have extended hours like someone that is single or someone that does not have a child.
Yeah.
Do you understand? But it's about the few times that I have, the short hours that I have. How can I make it work for me in such a way that I'm not feeling unfulfilled? Because that's usually the language of moms. As you feel unfulfilled, it's like my children are taking over my time and all of that. But if you even have, I used to tell moms, even if it's just 1 hour in a day, that you have to pursue your goals and you're consistent in using that 1 hour. At the end of 6 months, at the end of 1 year, it will show that yes, I used 1 hour consistently over 365 days to do something that to build myself. So it's all about finding the time, protecting it, and being consistent in whatever you're trying to do.
Yeah.
I hope I didn't talk too much.
We really enjoyed everything you have said. At least we are learning. It's one thing every mom actually need. We need this because if we are not actually finding that time to be productive enough for us to be able to build our business, we'll end at the end of the day, we just look at what we have done and we feel like, exactly what have I done today? Like, it feels so wasted and it feels like nothing is actually happening. And like you said, that's unfulfilled is actually one word that mothers, I know how many times until I started taking my positive affirmation very, very serious. That was when I stopped using all those words like, oh God, I'm feeling unfulfilled. It's like nothing is happening in my life. It's like I'm just stuck. It's like I'm just on the spot. It's like, we say that a lot.
I don't have any use.
Yes, we say that a lot. So yeah, you have said a lot about productivity. I just want to know one thing. I mean, while you were putting all the system in place, at what point did it make a difference for you to know that yes, this is actually working? Like this this quiet season that I'm in, you are able to gradually get out of it and things started working. Like, we want to know that, I mean, that particular point that, I mean, that change actually started occurring. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say.
Yes, I understand what you're saying. So I think for me, what happened was that I can't remember. I made a collaboration with someone, and that collaboration was initiated by like courses that I was doing, right? And they mentioned collaboration as part of. You mentioned collaboration as part of like the methods that you use, right? To grow your business and all that.
Sure.
And I collaborated with that person. And I remember that it was everywhere. It was everywhere we do my circle. Like, I still remember that there were people that would message me, babe, you've blown now. Yeah, doing collaboration with, because the person is not Nigerian. The person is, I can't remember where Afsana comes from, but she's not Nigerian, she's white, right? And then, yeah, that was just the moment. We had the live session, and it's changed the dynamics of things. I increased my fees, of course. I increased my fees. I got people reach out to me and all of that. And so, yeah, it changed. It's actually.
So what I can actually pick from this is that connection really matters, and who you connected with actually matters. It goes a long way to actually bringing one out of this this thing we are calling loneliness, especially in this time when we are building our businesses. It goes a long way to helping us to improve our businesses. Thank you so much for that. So I think so that we won't take too much of our time, one last question I would ask you, and I want you to be very, very, very practical with us on this. So if you could sit beside the version of yourself who was awake at 2 a.m., exhausted, questioning everything, what would you tell her today? Like, what exactly are you going to tell her?
I would tell you that it's just a season. And I think most moms fail to, we fail to recognize that it's a season of your life and just take it as that.
Yeah.
When you understand that it's a season, you understand that the next season will come.
Yes, sure.
But what you want to do is that, because most times what happens is that for most moms, we get wallowed in that season. Like it swallows you up, you're feeling overwhelmed, you're feeling frustrated, and you're not doing anything to come out of it. Right? And that's why you see some moms, they spend 10 years in that phase. Wow. They spend all their lives in that phase.
Exactly.
And you see it's common among mothers when they tell you, I didn't do so because of this. And there's that subtle bitterness and resentment that they have. Right? And so once you understand that it's a season, then you want to be honest with yourself. How do I manage this season? Right? So I'm lucky. For some people, they are not. They don't have like the right support system that like encourages them to go after what they want. But I would say that in that season, you also want to choose one thing, right? One thing that you want to build for your own self. And why I'm saying so is that it's very, very easy. It's very, very easy as a mom to get swallowed in the ropes because it's not easy. Apart from the mental load, you're carrying the emotional load. You still have to be there as a spouse. You still have to be there as a daughter, as a friend. You're carrying a lot. So acknowledge it that I'm actually doing a lot. But if you now choose that, okay, I want to do something extra, something for my own self, understand that it might not grow as fast as it's to be, but keep nurturing it.
Exactly.
So what do I mean by that? If you want to start a business, you might not start at premium pricing, for example. You might not start at premium prices. You might start at something ridiculously low. Right? And that's just because you want to build momentum. You just want people to know you, get results, get testimonial. But if you do it consistently, to that point where you can now charge what you want to do.
Exactly.
You might charge people. I have people that ask me, I knew you 4 years ago when you started training. Yeah, now this thing, but I try as much as possible that I'm not charging premium for the sake of premium. You can see the work that I have done. You can see the website. You can see how organized my training is. You can see my growth, me investing in courses and all of that. So it's not the person that you met 4 years ago that you're meeting now.
Exactly.
Right? So just know that it's a season, number one. If you want to build, know that it will take time and be ready to give it time. I think the last thing that I would say is seek a community of like-minded people.
Absolutely.
It's very, very, very important.
Very.
You can't say I want to be a millionaire, for example, and then you are talking with someone that maybe all her life she just handled hundreds. There's a way that person will talk that cannot resonate with where you're going to.
Yeah, exactly.
So you need to be in the room of like-minded people that are chasing the same goal. In fact, I usually encourage women, yes, be in a community of people in the same level with you, but also be in community of people that are higher than you, exactly. So that they give you that picture of possibility, of things that are possible for you to achieve. Because there's something that it does to your mind when you see someone that has achieved the thing that you're chasing. It does not now become, can I do this thing?
Exactly.
No, it's like, how can I do it? How can I get there?
Yeah.
So community is very, very, very important. And speak out. I think a lot of you moms like to hold a lot of things to our chest. And you're trying to be a strong woman. Sometimes be a baby girl.
Yeah.
Be a baby girl. Speak out.
Yeah.
Talk to that spouse. I think, except if your spouse is someone that does not want the best for you, but if it's someone that has the best for you, figure out how you want to communicate your dreams.
Exactly.
And I think the best way is to, this is another side topic anyway, but the best way to communicate that is buy into his own dreams as well.
Exactly.
Try to find a way how your own dreams is connected to his dreams and speak from that aspect. The man is most likely to accept when he sees that, okay, this is going in the direction that I want. But when it seems like it's just your own thing entirely,
exactly.
Like, but you get it, but when you buy it, so how will I give it? So let me just give an example.
Yeah.
Let's say a man wishes that a lady is a career lady and all that, and then you're in that phase where you're tired, you're frustrated, you need a lot of help and all of that. You can't just go there and say, I need help, can you help me do anything? And then like, you start from his own dreams. Babe, you know that you've always shared with me that you want me to be a career woman, bold and everything. There's something that I need to help, that you need to help me with, that will help me become that woman.
Yeah.
There is no how it's interest to be like, okay, what do you want me to do? And then from there, you not ask. You ask kindly.
Yeah.
And also, it's also knowing that as you're growing as a mom, to be honest, nobody arrives at that position of best mom.
Yeah.
We grow into it. Our spouses also grow into it. So give yourself time and extend grace to yourself. That's what I was doing to that woman.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Thank you very much. Like, you were very honest with us. You really opened up to us tonight, and we really appreciate you. Like, I can see Ms. Richie saying here that it's very insightful. Thank you very much. We really appreciate you. I've learned a lot myself. There's one thing I am actually big on. I'm big on community, because at a point when I saw that the loneliness was at the core, I had to start looking for community of like-minded, and even not just, those that had gone ahead of me, those that I can see as mentors, those that had already achieved the things that that I want to achieve. Like, for me, I mustn't lie, I started free. You were still charging little, right? I started free just to, be able to enter into that community and learn. That made me learn, that made me grow, that made me become better, and it shaped me to becoming this person that I am today, because I am not that person anymore.
Yeah. You're not going to be this person.
Of course, I'm never gonna be this person.
By God's grace.
Yeah, by God's grace. So thank you very much for being honest with us. We hope to still have this kind of beautiful conversation again and again with you. I believe so. So before we go, if this conversation has encouraged us and has enlightened us, please, I want you to share the replay. Please share the replay with other mom founders that will find this insightful too.
Ask them if they have questions.
Okay, that's true. So we don't know if anyone have question. I think I can see Ms. Rachi. Yes, if you have question, you can drop it. We are here to answer your question. Our productivity queen is also here to give you steps, to tell you what, how. So please, you can ask your question. Let's just give that like 1-2 minutes. Then I don't know. Yeah, I think we have others here. We have some of I don't want to pronounce it long because I can't see your name. We have others here too, but whoever have question, you can drop it in 1-2 minutes. Then we can end this conversation. And please, guys, if you are not following Feyi yet, please start following.
Thank you.
Start following. Yeah, she has all the wisdom, the strategy, wisdom when it comes to productivity for moms. She's there. Yeah, you are really going to learn from her. When you're following her, you're going to learn a lot from her. Please follow her, and I'm sure that you will not regret. Yes. Thank you very much. So I don't think we have questions for tonight. However, if you still want to send your question to me through DM, please, you can send it to me. I'll definitely forward it to her. So hard to answer the question. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you for taking out your time to be here with us. Thank you for accepting this conversation. It's our first. I believe we'll get better and better and better as time passes. Yeah, by God's grace. Thank you everyone for showing up. Ms. Richie, I really, she's my very good friend. Thank you very much for showing up for me. God bless you. And the MOF catalyst. I want to believe I pronounced that very well. Thank you for showing up. Yeah, she's our show up person. Thank you for showing up. Yes, we have Rani Divi. I don't know if I pronounced that well as well, but thank you for showing up. We have Vicky, we have Victoria here with us, so thank you for showing up. And for those that are not joining us live, you can always catch the replay later. Thank you also for watching this later. All right, we'll be leaving this conversation now. Yeah, please, everyone, please have a wonderful night rest. I hope we have all learned something beautiful from today, and we can go home knowing fully well that we can do it. Yes, as mom founders, we can actually do it. We can build, and you're not the only one going through. We are many that we are going through this, and we believe that as mothers, as we are thriving with God on our side, because there's another thing that we didn't mention. I don't joke with prayers. I don't joke with God.
Yes,
that's number one. Yeah, that's number one priority for me. Yes, after that, then any other thing comes, any other thing follows. So I believe that with God on our side, everything is going to be possible, and what we are building will definitely become successful for us. Thank you, everyone. Yeah. Have a wonderful night rest.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you, Feyi.
Bye.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Ah. Oh my God.